Okay, so most of you are probably wondering why I've been off the face of the earth for the past couple of weeks after my previous video. Let's just say that I had to recuperate after putting a lot of effort into that mess that was supposed to be my version of a shitpost. That, and I've been kinda lazy. I mean, I do have an in real life job, so it is to be expected I would be worn out from doing a couple of things, but still, that's no excuse. And that portion will be explained after what I need to talk about in regards to this video. Just in case you were confused by the clickbait that is my thumbnail, basically the whole ordeal is about Red Dead Online, and how most of us would already assume that it's either dead or dry due to the lack of updates and or content that's yet to be released. I mean, after releasing Gun Rush, I can see why most of us are taking about 50 steps back from the bullshit within the game, or just in general, I guess you could say. It's not necessarily bad, well, okay, it is kind of bad, and not everyone is in favor of a Battle Royale since those already exist in the form of other games, I suppose. So, yeah. I think it's about time we had to talk.
Why weren't you at elf practice?
I know the transition is kind of weak, but you know, I'm trying, alright? Besides, it's not like a lot of people actually watch my stuff to begin with because I'm that bad. Getting back to the original point, Red Dead Online. It's as dry as an oasis and silent as a graveyard at some points due to the lack of content the multiplayer is yet to acquire. Now, I'm not talking about the exclusive gold bar opportunities or the soda discount that seems to be boggling everyone's mind at the moment. It's been a few months, and so far the only thing we've gotten is a new game mode that once again not everyone is in favor of. However, this doesn't mean that the game's not fun to play because this is an absolute blast depending on how well you perceive it. In my case, that would either be blowing up other players' heads or hog-tying them to establish dominance because that's how I roll. But I can only do so much with that, if you know what I mean. I would be the kind of guy to state the obvious and say what other individuals have already said in regards to the subject at hand, but I'm not. Not only would that be boring, but that would also make me look very nitpicky, hence the thumbnail that I've made. We're already aware of the situation and what needs to be addressed. We just have to wait for Rockstar, or Take-Two for that matter, to give us the green light on when new content is coming out, and believe me, that shit's gonna take a lot of time. Way more than expected. If you didn't happen to see my poor excuse of a shitpost in regards to free aim players and the disrespect they've been given, you'll realize that yes, RDO is in dire need of an upgrade that'll not only fix a few issues, but also quench our thirst for the content that we long for. We can only do so much with the current content that exists as well as the challenges that we've yet to accomplish, and trust me, that will also take time. The video itself did have a poor explanation, but I'm pretty sure you guys got the gist of the tone that was being said. I can also imagine the kind of work that the devs have to put in to make sure that the stuff actually gets put out correctly, and it's probably harder than it looks. As you know, with every patch update that usually comes out, it can be a double-edged sword. While new things are added and fixed for the most part, there are a few mechanics in-game that tend to get messed up and took advantage of by other players in the player base who happen to stumble upon this. This happened in the world of Grand Theft Auto Online, and is bound to happen in here as well. Some of you are probably going to throw the fact that even though the game is damn near 6 years old, it still gets new content, which I do understand. I mean, it is Take-Two's current cash cow, so why would they not take advantage of it? The only problem is, at this point, it's usually rinse and repeat with the content. Grind your way through, unlock some items that you want, be sure to have the approximate amount of currency to purchase said item, and proceed to lose your sanity while doing so. It really takes a lot out of your mind, I'm not even gonna lie. The grinding process never stops, and that's what's currently going on in Red Dead Online. I mean, if you happen to play any other game that has to use this kind of system, then you'll understand what I'm coming from, and I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with the process as well. Bottom line, the only problem that I have is that even if we do get new stuff, it won't be too long before we're back into our bullshit and we start asking when the next update comes out, and then we're back to square one, all over again. I understand that having to play the exact same shit over and over and over and over again not only gets repetitive, but it also makes us frustrated and makes us wonder if we should continue to go along with the act before we stop playing altogether. I guess from my point of view, it's because I'm a bit stubborn and try to stay on a game without getting burned out, which unfortunately ends up happening eventually, but I end up hopping back on it because why the hell not? But it does also give me a good opportunity to come up with a few tricks and techniques that I like to try out soon. Either that or countless ideas that I could jot down and make sure to use later on if I'm up to the task. Believe me when I say that I too want to see the world of Red Dead Online flourish as well. It has way too much potential, way too much variety for it to go to waste, and quite frankly, if Rockstar doesn't happen to give us the lowdown on what's to come, then we're basically shit out of luck. I know some of us are trying to make the most out of what's going on in the game currently, but if we're being honest with each other, it's not going to hold up for too long. I'm just being honest with you. I'd be down with owning property, making deals with other players, betraying said players in the process and just steal their land from them, perform robberies with my posse, PvP, and do all other types of craft that could be either done alone or for best pals. As long as they don't pull a copy and paste from GTA and put it in here, then it's all good, I guess you could say, for the most part. However, this is something that I would expect to happen, and there is a good chance that we'll have to put in even more of an effort just to get by, barely. So that's basically all there is to it on that. So, with all that said and done, it's time to actually talk about why I've been silent for the past few weeks, or almost a month I guess you could say. Recently, your boy's been making a couple of moves IRL, and I'm glad to say that I'm one of the few owners of a new house in the area that I'm currently in. Whoop whoop, there we go. I'm really excited about it, and I cannot wait to get all the other preparations in order. Besides that, I actually did take a break from Red Dead Online, ironically, just to make sure that all my footage is getting straightened out, as well as gathering content from other games that I've been playing recently. I guess you could say that I'm trying my hardest to expand the channel for the most part, because, you know, we're almost at the 1K mark, like barely there. The mere fact that a lot of people watch my content it's unbelievable to me. I love every bit of it, and I love you guys for, you know, actually just taking the time to look at my stuff, and it's really emotional, I guess you could say, for the most part. And if you're wondering what my current list is, it's mostly going to consist of Red Dead Online, of course, and the crazy shit that I have in store for it, as well as a couple of other ideas that I need to actually get a jump on. The last 4 shields of the Division, which is in preparation for the Division 2, I guess you could say. The beta for the Division 2, which comes out this week, that is if I get access to it. A couple of ideas for Dragon Ball Fighters I hope to do with my friends, or probably something along that line. And a few ideas for Kingdom Hearts as well. Bear with me on this. This is not me saying that, you know, I'm going to change my channel up into like a different kind of channel. I'm still going to be the same person, just, you know, putting out different kind of stuff just to help others in the process. It's a lot on my plate, but I just actually have to pace myself accordingly and make sure I don't, you know, get too far behind. I actually am far behind on a couple other things, but that's basically all there is to it. I'm glad you guys actually watch my content, and I couldn't be even more happier than what I am already. I mean, I'm just very optimistic about a lot of things. Stubborn, but just optimistic about it. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. Red Dead Online will get the shit that it needs to get, hopefully sooner than later. I mean, I'm still gonna play it, but, you know, like, I just need to try to put some more oomph into it, I guess you could say. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy. Love you all, and peace.